Well, this is a little bit different. This chest looks mighty hungry, if you do ask me. You know, all things serious, I think this would be such a cool detail in Minecraft. This used to be a glitch in the game, and I think I already mentioned it in a couple episodes back when we were doing the lighthouse, but there's just something really cool and atmospheric about an open chest. I wish that we could just automatically configure it to be open or not, because that would look awesome in like really busy areas. But anyways, guys, this is not detail craft. This is evolution. Welcome back. My name is, of course, SystemZee, and you are watching Minecraft Evolution. Today, we're going to make progress. In the last episode, we did some adventuring. We found the portal for the next version, which I'm so excited for. Today, however, is going to be a little different. You guys love building, and so do I. Grian, the building king, has been busy. He has been working on this area by doing some terraining and terraforming and just kind of making it look a little bit smoother and look a little bit better, opening it up for, you know, future builds, which he's definitely been busy. I'm very excited to see how this turns out as well. But in his last episode, he kind of mentioned that he would like me to help with the cliff that he's working on. As you guys know, I built this mountain, and he's actually done a little bit of terraforming over here, just kind of the starting ground for it. And I want to finish it. That's what I'd like to do, at least my part. And I kind of have a cool idea for it, honestly, because we have a really, really interesting plan for the inside of this mountain, but he has an interesting idea for this area and then this area. So I'm not going to spoil it, even though he already did mention it. Just go watch his video if you want to see it. But that's what we're going to work on today, is just trying to make this look really, really cool. And see, my idea is that we kind of take what he's done over here with the ledges and stuff and make it look a little bit better, a little bit smoother, and then over here make the ground actually kind of spill out almost, because I feel like it shouldn't just be a sheer drop off just since it is a mountain. We should have it kind of fall through and overlap, almost like a hill itself right here going around the cliff, and then maybe a waterfall or something. But we definitely need to make it accessible to the inside, so we're gonna have to add a cool entrance of some sort. But yeah, that's basically my plan for today. We're gonna work on some landscaping, which I know you guys love. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you do enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And yeah, let's just get straight on into it. Alright, for terraforming, we are going to need a couple of things. We're going to need a load of dirt, definitely loads of dirt. You can never have enough dirt. And you know what's sad is every time I play Minecraft and load up a world, I tend to throw away all my dirt. And it's not cool, man. It's really not cool. And then we're going to need loads of stone. So let me go ahead and get some cobblestone cooking, which I actually think I've already done, kind of. There we go, a little bit of stone, never hurts. So let's grab as much of this as we can. I wish it was complete, but I understand it's not. I don't really have that many pieces of coal. I need to go mining, that's for sure. I really need to do a progress episode because I just don't have anything. Like, look, that is all of my belongings, like good, valuable belongings. I'm a very poor player at the moment, but anyways, we're going to need dirt, we're going to need stone, we're going to need cobblestone and stuff, but honestly, I'm not really worried about that this second. What I want to do first is just kind of get it a little bit more smooth in a way. I want to, you know, buff out the edges and add it, you know, make it look a little bit more like landscape and not just like a template. So hopefully Grian won't mind that I go ahead and finish it. I think that's kind of what he wanted me to do. Because it seemed like he wanted to focus on his area, but also go ahead and get this kind of worked on. So kind of a collaborative effort here. I'm really excited too, because you guys have been wanting us to work on something together for a while. And this is the first opportunity that we've really had to make something look, you know, pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning it off and getting things connected. And then maybe we're going to go ahead and start working on the slope as well. But I do want to get this whole thing finished today. But yeah, that is basically all you need to get started, by the way. Landscaping can be done really early in the game. And I really recommend that you guys start to play around with it because it can honestly help your world so much. All you need is dirt and stone, because the dirt turns into grass doing it for you. But yeah, let me go ahead and buff out the edges, try and get all the, you know, basic blocks placed, and we'll continue from there. Alright guys, I am all stocked up on food and ready to rock and roll. I have gone ahead and buffed out the edges, as you will see here momentarily. I pretty much tried to follow the shape that Grian had already placed and also expanded upon it, just to kind of, you know, make sure it stays a collaboration and not just me taking over. So as you can see, I really stuck with the kind of lined art that he has here, like with the arches and the support, I guess, in a way, and the overhangs as well. well, and I went ahead and added the tops to those, which basically all you do for that is just place a load of dirt on top and make it slightly overflow over, and I think that's a good enough design. But I'm really happy with the shape of this so far. But yeah, so this is Grian's portion. I've gone ahead and smoothed that out, and I'm starting to work on this over here. But what I wanted to do is show you guys kind of how to get this top of dirt, because it can be a little tricky, but it's overall pretty easy to do. And also, I figured out a solution to the coal conundrum, or conundrum, not conundrum. I've got charcoal. That's what I've been making for the past, few minutes here. I've been just kind of cooking up some charcoal. That way we have a little bit more coal to work with, so we can make more stone and stuff, which is awesome. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab a little bit more dirt here, and we can go ahead and get started. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the little grass topper. Alright, so being extremely careful so that way we don't fall down and maybe fall on top of the cow there, we're going to go ahead and start by just kind of placing dirt on top of the already kind of existing stone here. It's very simple, and the way I build is kind of, you build out a shape and then carve into it. You'll hear me say that in every single video I have that's about building. You always just start with the shape, like a very basic shape, like a square, and just carve into it. In fact, if you look at drawing, that's kind of simple, you know? You start with shapes and then start to add the detail. It's very, very true to building even. It's honestly so simple once you start doing that, because then you just kind of have a nice big cube or a circle to work with and just kind of rough up. It's actually pretty fun because you have to break a lot of stuff. Once you have the top of the grass here like I have here, you basically want to just start kind of creating an overhang and just kind of adding some support to the edges, which in this case would probably be better if I smooth it out onto this area first and then start doing the overhang, just based on how this little crevice works. So once you kind of start doing that, you want to just start adding little pieces that are hanging off. It's actually pretty simple once you get going, but this part's probably going to be a little tricky actually, but once we get it, we should look good. I almost just fell to my doom there. And a good trick to follow is once you get to corner pieces, bring those down by one as well, because that adds a little bit more shape to it and overall makes it a little bit more fun to play with. But yeah, you basically just want to add pieces that are hanging off. It's that simple. And once you've done that, you just go down below and add a little bit more support to some than others. So like for example, this one we have hanging down just a little bit more, and then maybe over here we can have this one in the corner. Oh, don't want to fall. Kind of hanging down a little bit more as well. Gotta be careful though, because sometimes it can be pretty hard and you don't want to fall down. But I'm gonna get this one down a little bit more, and really, I mean, I keep saying it, but you genuinely just have to play with it. And then once you do that, you just kind of start adding some pieces that are actually into the stone. That way it looks like it's genuinely on top and not just overflowing on it, because that can look kind of weird. But with the backing, you can actually go a little bit further down too, and it makes it look a little bit better. But you basically just want to make it look like there's grass kind of a few layers down on the top, mixing in with the stone. I feel like that ultimately will give you the best product, so that's kind of what you want to follow. But as you can see here, I'm just adding stone in, or dirt where the stone is, and just kind of blending it in. It's really that simple. Now, there's no guarantee that this looks amazing, but let's at least check it out and see what we've got, because hopefully I don't have to redo it, because that's never fun. But yeah, now that's a little overdoing it, I'm not going to lie, but you can kind of see what I've done. It takes some practice, though, and it's really hard to do just perfectly the first time. So essentially what I would do next is just pick at it. That's basically all you can do. So continuing with that, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the cliff part without all the details, but I'm just going to go ahead and make sure this is all smooth. And then I'd like to start working on kind of the little sliding piece where all the dirt is just sliding down, creating like this nice wrap around it. You'll see what I mean once it's done, but I just think that would make a little bit more sense instead of just doing a straight cliff on half of the mountain and then a smooth hill on the other. So, yep, that's what I'm going to do, and I guess I'll see you guys once I've done that. Have you guys ever, like, made too much progress without recording it? I have. Yeah, the cow is inspecting it right now. It's the cow inspector and the no good dirty sheep. But, yeah, I made a little bit too much progress off camera, but hey, that's fine, I think, because the finished product looks pretty good, if you do ask me. Gosh, these Endermen, they are too crazy. There's still some things that we have to fix up, obviously, like this little chunky bit here. I don't really like that, but you kind of get the idea. We've got the part where it's kind of spilling over into the land, and then we've got the nice cliff side and the nice plains that is this lower area. Now, I've got a few ideas that I want to share with you guys before we continue. Grian mentioned doing kind of a black market inside of the mountain, and I love that idea. I think that would be super cool. I could see like open tunnels and stuff kind of going through the mountain and everything, and being really dirty and grimy. And I'm thinking the entrance for that should be like right here, but there needs to be something hiding it. So let us know what you think should go there as far as an entrance for the black market. However, I also think it would be cool, and I'd like your opinion on it, especially yours, Mr. Cow, if we do a waterfall kind of spilling out, kind of going into this little lower pond area, and behind it is the entrance. I think that could also work and be very piratey in a way. So I think that could be pretty cool, but overall, I'd like your opinion. So let's build this together, and let me know your opinions down below on what we should do. But anyways, this is basically what I've done. Now the next step is to add some detail like cobblestone and, you know, some of the rock designs that we do, and definitely some trees. So that's kind of the next part, and honestly, that's all stuff I usually do off camera, but I still want to do, you know, a little bit of it here on camera with you guys at the very least. But just to kind of talk, I guess, about what I'd like to continue doing here on the Evo server. But man, there's still a lot of work I need to do to make this look perfect. But for now, I think it's looking decent. We can at least get started. So before we continue, let's see where some trees could go. I think we definitely want to have some kind of up top. So that's definite. And then we want to have some rocks, I think, on the ledges. Not really any trees, but definitely maybe some trees down at the bottom. So I think the first tree we're going to place right over here. Now, I haven't done one of these trees in a while, but it shouldn't be too hard. I did a tutorial for these a while back, by the way, so I don't really plan on doing a complete tutorial here on camera. But basically, you just kind of build a Christmas tree and then add a few extra leaves. It's pretty simple overall. It's really not that hard. I recommend you do it, though. Custom trees really help. It kind of plays in line with the whole landscaping thing in each world. It's honestly one of the coolest things you can do to your world, and I love it, honestly. I think it's my favorite part of Minecraft. I love building structures, but there's just something special about landscaping, and even in real life, I really enjoy it. So yeah, that's it's kind of, I guess, a personal secret. I'm in love with interior and exterior design. It's just so fun, so cool. But yeah, hopefully this tree is going to be tall enough. I did not make it tall enough, I don't think, but I guess it really doesn't have to be. We don't want it to block the cliff too much. But once you kind of get a shape for things, you just start adding a little bit more, I guess, fluff to it, if that makes any sense. It's pretty simple overall, but it can be tricky. You just kind of want to do what I just did and break in place. Try things over and over again until you like it. That's basically the secret to doing this kind of stuff. So yeah, I just need to place a few trees around, and that's basically all I really need to do for the smaller details, other than a few extra things like, you know, adding rocks and maybe a few other things. But overall, I think we've got this one pretty much down. I think it's looking decent. This tree needs to be a little bit modified up at the top, but we're kind of getting a shape that we like. The tree trunk is the hardest part for me, but let's go upstairs here and fix that. I called this an upstairs, didn't I? It's totally not an upstairs. It's just a hill. But yeah, okay, it's kind of coming together. Maybe we can even add just a little bit of kind of floating leaf there, maybe, just to add some balance. Honestly, it looks terrible, but you know what? It's good enough for now because I can always go back and just kind of work on these. I do want to go up a little bit and fix this little middle section, though, because it's a little bland, honestly. But we can just kind of do that to make it work, I think, hopefully. Building trees is kind of hard. I'm not going to lie, even for me, I really don't, like, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I'm a pro in any way at it. But you guys seem to like it, so I definitely value your feedback. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. Whenever I build, I really, really like your feedback, so feel free to comment. And even if I don't respond, that doesn't mean I don't see it. That looks awful. We ruined it. We ruined the tree. We really did ruin this tree. We made it look a little bit too thick in the middle, and that's not what you want. That's really not how the trees in this area work, so I need to fix it, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to continue on with commentary, because this is all I'll be thinking about. Alright, hopefully that looks better, because this tree is apparently causing a lot of pain. I'll take it, honestly. It's not the best tree, but it'll work. Yeah, so we're going to basically be doing trees like that all around this mountain, and then we're going to go through and add some smaller details, such as kind of like these little rocks. It's kind of hard to explain what they are, but they're basically, well, genuinely little rocks that peek out of the ground. It's a nice little detail that you can add to really kind of add depth and volume to a build, especially with landscaping. So yeah, basically just do those, and occasionally you can just do half slabs. But it usually works best if you've got more than one little feature there, like some stairs to make it look like it's really coming up from under the ground, and even randomized shapes. I think that really helps a lot. And then simply grab some soul sand and shape that around. That kind of gives it that marshy feel. Now, this isn't kind of normal to what I normally do in this area, but what I want to do is start to get away from this design and this kind of terrain and move on to another type of terrain, like one with those types of trees as we blend into spawn. So that's kind of my idea for this area, because overall what I want to do is take what we've done over here and make this like a mid-region. And over here we're going to have these tall kind of fluffy trees, whereas, and this is going to be a cool plan, I want to get your opinion on this actually, what I want to do with this area over here. Originally I wanted to build a windmill, but I actually want to do like really tall trees. I want to make this like a huge kind of lost forest type area. I think that would be so cool if there's just tall trees that are really making this whole area look overwhelming and kind of spooky and ominous. So that's the plan. So these trees kind of act as a separator in a way, because we're going to have those types of trees, the really fluffy ones, these, and then really, really tall trees that are kind of like this, but a little bit different. So that's my plan overall. But anyways, I'll tell you what, guys, it's getting dark, and it's really getting late in real life for me. So what I want to do is go ahead and finish it all up, and I'm going to show you guys the finished product, because I think that we are kind of close to it anyways. All I really need to do now are add some details. Add these trees, and then just kind of throw in some cobblestone, and boom, we're done. So let me do that, and I'll see you guys once we have the final product. So this block of wool has been missing for about 4 episodes. Those gosh darn Endermen, get off my lawn. But no, for real, I really need to fix it, but we're not going to today. I actually finished the mountain, or the cliff anyways, somewhat. I kind of finished what I wanted to do today anyways. Now, I'm sorry I didn't really show much of it on camera. I think it's important to document these types of things, at least with progress, but it's just so much work that I really can't put into an episode, so I choose to build in silence with music playing instead. But this is basically what we've got. We've got a load of trees, really smooth kind of terrain and all that kind of stuff. I love the curves. It still has Grian's original shape with a little touch of Z in there, and I love it so much. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it could use some work, though. The trees are not my best. Let me be clear. I know these trees look ugly. Some of the trees look fine, but overall, they definitely need some work. But I just don't have enough time to really pick at it right now. So I want to go ahead and get this episode out. But I want to know what you think, because honestly, this is a collaborative effort. This is something that not only Grian and I are working on, but I want you guys to have an opinion as well. Like I said, we want to build a black market here and kind of put an entrance in there. So if you have any ideas for that, feel free to send them on Twitter, because I think it would be super cool to get your input as well. But yeah, that is basically all I had for today's episode. But don't go yet, because I do want to show you guys one more thing. But let me know what you think, because I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, so originally today, I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to work on that cliff. I was going to work on something else. Both were really going to be landscaping things, but that kind of took priority just because, I don't know, Grian said he wanted it done, so I figured, why not? Plus, this next project is going to take a lot more time. Let me take a quick dive in the swimming pool. Oh yeah, underwater. Gotta love it. I forgot how to swim. I'm just kidding. I can swim pretty good. Why is there a ladder if it's not all the way up? I don't actually think I'm going to better get out of here. Oh, no, come on. You can do it. I think we can do it. Nope. Yeah, I don't think we're going to better do this. All right, so this project that I'm talking about is going to be extremely ambitious. So to go ahead and explain it to you guys, well, first I want to say the reason I didn't do it today is because I need a lot of time to do it. It is extremely ambitious, like I said. I need basically Tuesday all the way to Sunday to be able to work on this episode. So essentially what we're going to do is turn this entire coastline into kind of a marina, like a port area with lots of boats, maybe some seafood stands and all that kind of stuff. The reason I want to do it is because I think it would fit really well with the city, and it would be really cool to look out and just see water. It would be awesome, except for the view here. It's not too great. I want to remove this, but I don't know who did it. I need to ask for permission before I burn it to the ground, but I definitely want to do that. So I'm basically going to have to bring the water all the way to here. It's going to look extremely messy otherwise, because there's just too much land for it to be a port. But overall, I think it's possible. I'm just going to have to do a lot of landscaping. And the way I want it to work is just be a nice wall, like man-made wall with the port, meeting up to landscaping over there. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and run home so I can sleep before I die. I'm actually gonna die anyways if I don't eat. But that is gonna do it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I really don't have much else to do today. We've already kind of filled up a nice proper episode of landscaping. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That way you'll be notified of all future uploads and live streams, such as the upcoming portal jump, because you definitely don't want to miss that. But anyways, guys, my name has been SystemZee. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.